In this video, we are going to cover how to develop agent with skills. So we are going to use Google ADK framework to create our agent. And this is our initial setup where we have declared our agent, the model, the name and the descriptions. Along with that, because we are going to use ADK web, so we have defined this init.py file and we are going to access this particular agent using a key. So we have defined in our environment file where vertex CI is going to be false and we have declared our API key here. So if you are new to a skill, then you can check out the links which I am going to provide in the description, which can help you to understand what exactly are the skills and how you can create your custom skills. So just to give you an overview of the skills, I am in Anthropic skills GitHub repo. And if I go to skills, then there are multiple skills which has been declared over here. I can just click on any of the skills which are here. And you can see like in the skills, the main important file is going to be the skill.md file where the details around this skill is going to be located. Along with that, there could be a number of folders which you can declare under the skills, which would help agent to navigate your skill better. So any kind of code can be put into the script folder, any kind of templates could be put into the asset folder. If there are like certain kind of references file which you can see over here, you can also put it directly, but it would be better if you can put it in the reference folder. So it's up to you how you are going to structure your skills, but the core of the skills are going to be this initial step which comes under this part, and this is called the YAML formatter. Under this you define okay what is going to be the name, descriptions, what exactly your skill is going to do, and in what scenario this skills can be triggered. This video focus is going to be how you can integrate the agent with any kind of skills. So first thing what we have to do is define a skill over here, and for that I'm just going to use very simple skill, easy to understand from the code perspective as well. I'm just going to put a folder here, a skill folder, and if I go under this is a weather skill. As I said, like the main content is going to be this skill.md file. So here you can see the name of the skill, this is a weather skill, and the description is also very simple, a skill that provide weather information based on the reference data. Now you can see like there are 3 steps under this. First is check reference weather info.md for the current weather. So if anybody is asking about the current weather, then it is asking to refer to weather info.md. So we can go to the reference folder and here we do have this weather info.md. And again, you can see it's a very simple file with the hard coded values here. And if the humidity is requested, then it's routing it to scripts that get humidity.py file. So this is a script file. And here also like it's returning a hard coded value. So in this particular skill, we do have the reference file, we do have the script file, and we can see how agent navigate to the reference file or the script file in this particular case. Now let's go to our agent file and see how we can integrate with this particular skill. To integrate this skill with our agent, we are going to use tools. So we have to define tools here. So there are certain steps which we have to pass before actually we can pass our skill as a tool. So the first step is going to be get our skill from this directory. So for that actually we have to import a package in ADK, and this is called load skill from directory, and I'm just going to use it, load skill from directory. And under this you can see like we have to provide a path to the skill directory. And under this, we have to provide a path to our skill directory. We are trying to fetch a parent path from here, and then we are appending the skills and then the folder what we had under skills, which is going to be weather skill. We are going to put it in the quotes, and that's how actually we can load our skill from the directory. So this is going to give us access to the weather skills, which we have defined here. Now actually we have to convert this particular skill as a tool, and for that actually we have to import another package. So this is going to be ADK then dot skill toolset. So now using this particular skill toolset we can convert our skill as a tool. Here we do have this skills list. So we can pass like n number of skills into this. As of now, we do have only one skill, so I'm just going to use weather skill, and I can just call it my skill tool set. Now our skill tool set has been defined. We just have to pass this particular skill tool set into our tools now. So we can pass it like this. And now our agent has access to this particular skill. Now let's test it out. So just to test it out, I'm just going to invoke ADK web. I can navigate to agent skills and then I can ask questions. Please let me know the current weather. Now in this case, I want agent to invoke the given skill and give us that information. As we know, like we have put a hard coded value in the skill, so we are expecting that hard coded value as an output. So let's pass this to our agent and let's see what it gets. So you can see like it has started loading the skill, and after that you can see over here like it has loaded full instruction as given in the skill. And after that you can see like it has navigated to this weather info.md file just to give us a current weather information. And why it has navigated to weather info.md file? Because this is what we have specifically mentioned in this skill. So you can see if anyone is looking for the current weather, then it has to just navigate to this reference weather info.md file. So that's where like a skill has a lot of advantage, because it is not going to load anything upfront, and based on the user input it will decide okay where exactly it has to navigate to get the output, and in that process it saves a lot of tokens for us. In weather info.md file we had these details, and that's what actually we are getting as an output. But I also want to invoke this particular script file which we have mentioned here. If I want to invoke this script file, then I have to ask for the humidity. So let's say and ask for humidity. So I'm just going to ask what about the humidity, and in this case it should be loading the script. So it has identified okay it has to run this particular script. It has ran this script, but we have got some error. If I click on this, it's saying no code executor configured. A code executor is required to run the script. So in your skill, if you have like any kind of script files as such or any kind of code as such, then we need to have code executor defined in our agent code. If we don't define anything here, then our script is not going to get executed. Now where exactly we can define it? So in a skill tool set you can see there is an option of code executor. So what we have to do is we have to define code executor here. Now just to define the code executor, again we have to import a package. So for that I'm just going to invoke code executor, and once you see code executor, then there are multiple options of code executor. So there is a agent engine sandbox code executor. This is going to be helpful in the production environment. Then you can leverage like this kind of code executor to run like any kind of a script. Then there is a built-in code executor. There is a container based code executor as well. Container code executor, GKE code executor. There is a Vertex AI code executor. So these code executor is going to be helpful if you are planning to deploy in production. If you want to test something out on the local, then there is this unsafe local code executor. You can use it. Why this is unsafe? Because there is no sandboxing around it. Let's say if you got like any kind of dangerous script which is trying to delete the files and folder on your system, by using this you are giving your agent access to execute that particular command. So you just have to make sure like whatever skills you are using it from the trusted sources. And then actually for the testing one, you can definitely use it while running on your local. Then you can use like this kind of code executor. So in this case I'm just going to use this particular executor only because I'm running this code on my local, and I can test all the functionality out using this executor. And I just need to pass this executor here, unsafe local code executor, and that's it. Now if I have the script file, and if any question is getting routed to that particular script, then I have the functionality to execute the code as well. Even if you ask for the humidity, it's going to give us this hard coded value 45%. So let me rerun the code. Now I can just go ahead and ask about the humidity, and in this case again this particular script is going to get executed. And in this case you can see like I was able to get the output which is as expected 45%. So this was a very simple demo just to show you okay how you can build your agents with the skills, how you can integrate skills with the Google ADK agent framework, and how you can test it out on your local. So that's all what we have in this video. Thank you for watching.